Welcome back to Good Day State Line. Bats might seem a little scary, but we actually need them in our ecosystem. Magnolia is here tonight to tell us why. Hi, Magnolia. Thanks for coming in. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am an aspiring Eagle Scout of Crew 67 out of Elk Grove Village, Illinois. And I'm currently going into college as a freshman at the University of Wisconsin-Madison.
Are you excited?
Very much so, yes.
You got to be starting pretty soon, huh?
Yeah, September 1st. So
okay, so
tomorrow.
yeah, I was like, that is really soon, tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, no problem.
Then. So you actually spend a lot of time like working with, I don't know if you're working with bats, but like working to help conserve the bat population, right?
Definitely. That was my Eagle project, and so what we need to do in order to achieve our Eagle rank is do a service project for the community. And so I got word that the bats were going extinct and that they could use houses in this one area in Rock River, and I thought that that was a great project.
And you found that out. I mean, so I grew up kind of where you grew up, so like an hour and a half that way.
Oh yeah.
I think that way. So how did you think the Rock River was the place to figure this out? How did you discover this?
Well, originally I talked to my park district and asked them, but since we have a large conserved forest, they didn't need as many houses over there as they needed over in Rock River.
Okay.
They had an issue where there was bats living in the attic of one of their houses, and when they renovated it, the bats flew out and they needed places to stay. So they wanted bat houses.
Like literally making like bat hotels.
Oh yeah.
But they're free. They don't have to check in. They don't have to wait for the room to be cleaned.
Yeah.
So why are bats important? Because most of us, me included, I think bats are scary and I don't want to see one.
Yeah, a lot of people get that where they think that they're dangerous, but really they're relatively harmless animals. They're really great pollinators, so if you have lots of farmland or big gardens, it's really good for that. And as well as being like mosquito eliminators.
Ooh, okay.
So if you don't want like pesky bugs in your backyard, any flying insects, they're the best ones to take care of that.
Okay, so that is huge because mosquitoes are the worst in my opinion because you don't have mosquito bites. So knowing that saving bats or helping them, you know, find somewhere to stay is good for us not to get bitten by mosquitoes. That's pretty big. That's really a big deal. So how did you know how to make a bat box?
I actually had to reach out to see what kind of bat houses that they wanted. The ones that I made were called rocket box bat houses.
Okay.
So they're about as tall as I was when I was making them. But really, a lot of the other bat houses like you could buy at a store are just about like a foot or maybe 2 feet wide. You could put them up, they're very easy to carry around, but the ones that I made were definitely a lot bigger than usual.
So you can buy them, but part of your project was to make them?
Yes.
So what did you make them out of?
I just went to a hardware store, got a bunch of wood and nails, and built it up from there.
That's pretty cool. So how did you like know where to put them? Or did you give them, like what happened then?
Well, it was a donation.
Okay.
So when I went and I dropped them off, the organization was responsible for sourcing the poles and finding different places to put them. 2 of the 5 boxes that I donated were actually on the site where I donated them. And the other 3, I think they went to Missouri.
Okay, cool.
So,
kind of helping the bat population whenever it needs help. So what's your next step? What are you studying when you go to college tomorrow?
I'm majoring in English.
Okay.
So I want to be an English professor. At the collegial level, I want to teach.
That's awesome. That's very exciting. But right now, you're still focused on all of the conservation and all of that cool stuff too. Are you moving forward with the Scouts, or are you done these days?
I'm moving forward with the Scouts. I just turned in my application for Eagles, so I get to see if I get my Eagle very soon, really.
Cool. Awesome. Well, Magnolia, it's been a pleasure having you and learning about this. We don't need to be as scared of bats as we think we are. Thank you so much for coming in tonight.
Of course.
Coming up next, it's game day. We'll be right back.